19th April 2008 will remain indelible in the history of Nyishi community of Arunachal Pradesh. This was the day for the first time in history the entire community came together to celebrate the achievement of a lifetime and to bear witness to a major historical change. A change that affirmed not only the true identity of the Nyishi tribe but also restored its dignity. To put it in simple words, it was the day of the most joyful celebration for the entire Nyishi family as the stain of Dafla, which remained imprinted on them for more than 50 years, was finally washed off by a popular constitutional amendment on 19 March 2008. Change is a law of nature. Like many other communities in the world, Nyishi too led almost a nomadic life. Nature was their home and they acted according to natural instinct. They loved being together, shared their joy, helped one another with heart and soul. In matters that threatened their self-respect and security, they would fight back ferociously even at the cost of their lives. But as time passed, the Nyishis were slowly but gradually exposed to the world outside. Due to remoteness of their habitat, slow and minimal penetration of administration, this tribe remained misunderstood for many centuries. It is said that derogatory word Dafla was coined by the Ahoms and carried forward by misinformed historians and the British and finally got imprinted in the Constitution of India. The truth prevails. One day or the other, the truth has to come out victorious. But it's a fact that no victory can be achieved without struggle. With the dawn of India's independence and Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru's tribal policy, the single largest tribe of Arunachal Pradesh, the Nyishis, came to notice of the government and the world outside. Helped by the penetration of administration, nourished by the growth of education and exposure, the seed of social and cultural awakening began to sprout slowly but firmly in the hearts and minds of the Nyishi people. The actual movement to change the nomenclature of Dafla to Nyishi started first at the General Conference of all Nyishi Youth Association in 1978 at Yazali, in which a unanimous resolution was passed to this effect and a memorandum submitted to the government of Arunachal Pradesh. This movement got further fillip in the historic Legal Declaration of 19 December 1998. This day, which was also called Nyishi Affirmation Day, was attended by different sections of Nyishi community. They decided to abandon the narrow and divisive path and resolved to remain as Nyishi for all times to come. Here is an excerpt of the Legal Declaration. As much as the earth and the mother of all creatures is true, as much as Abatani as the father of all mankind is true, it is equally true that we are Nyishi. This we affirm today, also pledge to adopt and retain our socially and traditionally authentic tribe nomenclature, Nyishi, for all times to come. Meanwhile, the resolution also began to echo in the upper house of Parliament on 18 December 1996 when Sri Nabam Rebia strongly spelt out the need of immediate removal of derogatory nomenclature Dafla from the Constitution. Due to constant leadership and guidance by the senior political, social and cultural stalwarts, support from the state government, untiring efforts of the present and past members of Parliament, undaunted struggle by the Nyishi elite society and all Nyishi Students' Union, the Government of India finally deputed Sri J.B. Mukherjee, Secretary Tribal Affairs to Arunachal Pradesh to gauge the ground realities in the Nyishi inhabited areas. Triggered by all these constant inputs, the long-awaited trumpet of success was finally blown when both the Houses of Parliament passed the Amendment Bill number 14 of 2008 on 19 March 2008, by which the derogatory nomenclature Dafla was deleted from the Constitution and the original nomenclature Nyishi included in its place. For this success, the Union Ministry of Tribal Affairs under the patronage of Sri P.R. Kindia deserves true appreciation.
My deep sense of admiration to the people of Arunachal Pradesh for the nationalistic fervor they have shown in all the attempts throughout these years to remove the stigma that had been imposed upon them by the colonial rulers.
The motion is adopted and the bill is passed.
At this historic achievement, the hearts of every member of Nyishi community leapt with joy. The song of victory resounded in the hills and valleys, as if to tell the world that this is the day we have been waiting for. Our unity, our strength, and our perseverance have brought us this day. The Nyishi community decided to celebrate this success with great pomp and show and make it a historic one. After a threadbare discussion among the political leaders, the elites and students of the community at ANSU headquarters Itanagar, a committee named Nyishi Day Celebration Committee was formed under the chairmanship of Sri Nabam, Honorable Minister PWD and Urban Development, and fixed 19th April 2008 as the Nyishi Day celebration at Indira Gandhi Park, Itanagar. The preparation began and it was carried out on a war footing. Every member with or without portfolio in the committee extended their hands in the preparation with great enthusiasm. Nyishis living in every nook and corner of Arunachal Pradesh and Assam were invited to partake in the celebration. Sri P.R. Kindia, Union Minister for Tribal Affairs, Sri Dorji Khandu, Chief Minister of Arunachal Pradesh, Sri G.B. Mukherjee, Unit Secretary, Tribal Affairs, Government of India, and many other dignitaries were invited to grace the celebration. In the afternoon of 18th April 2008, Sri P.R. Kindia and Sri G.B. Mukherjee arrives at Itanagar from New Delhi. In the evening, the committee organized a short cultural program at the banquet hall Itanagar in honor of Sri P.R. Kindia and as a prelude to the mega celebration. As the day dawned on 19th April, the sun began to rise behind the mountain, to spread the light of happiness all over. Nyishi people from all walks of life, with all smiles on their faces, attired in their best traditional costumes, began to gather at the celebration ground. About 25,000 people are said to have gathered on that day at Indira Gandhi Park, Itanagar. The celebration began with the hoisting of Nyishi Day flag by Sri Bengia Tolum, President, Nyishi Elite Society. The invitees and prominent leaders of the community now began to pour in one by one, attired in traditional outfits.
मैं मानता हूँ कि अरुणाचल का चैप्टर में बहुत बड़ा एक नया अध्याय, एक नया लेसन है। इसलिए निशी समाज का ही नहीं, ये अरुणाचल का चैप्टर का वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट स्टोरी है।
हम तो बहुत उनको शुभकामनाएं और बधाई देना चाहते हैं। ये पिछले 30 साल से जो काम नहीं हुआ है, जो इस बार हुआ है।
Sri Dorji Khandu, the Chief Minister of Arunachal Pradesh, the guest of honor for the day. And finally, the chief guest of the day, Tribal Affairs, arrives to be a part of the historic celebration. The function began with inauguration of a photo exhibition. Sri P.R. Kindia and other dignitaries were shown photos of former leaders and pioneers of the Nyishi community who are no more. Rare photography of Nyishi lifestyle, past and present, and breathtaking landscapes were displayed. The crowd was set to perfect mood of celebration by a musical chorus presented by the renowned artists of the community.
inter-Nishi community welcome you all to this historic occasion, which is being celebrated to mark the nomenclature change from Dapla to Nishi, pursuant to the landmark Constitutional Scheduled Tribes Amendment Act 2008. Today is 19th of April, an auspicious day for all of us. It was again on another 19th, a decade ago, on 19 December 1998, where we made a trust with destiny at Libu Place in Upper Subansiri district, proudly affirming ourselves to be Nishis for all the times to come. It was on this day where we made a bold departure, setting aside the derogatory term Dapla and gave a clear call to the community to raise above petty parochial differences and pledge to build a new, vibrant Nishi society. The Nishis, though being the largest tribe, has been a late learner in the field of education, which has been mainly due to the remoteness of the area, geographical isolation, slow and minimal penetration of the administration during the British and the Nepal age. The tribes thus largely remain misunderstood and misconstrued. It was only after the independence, taking cue from the Pandit Nehru's tribal policy, that the government of India started evincing keen interest in our area. The community has its affairs today begun to take a definite shape after the positive intervention of the government of India. In 1960s and 1970s, saw a page of social and cultural awakening led by stalwarts like late Tatartang, late Katung, and others. The formation of all Nishi Youth Association during the period gave a flip to this movement. The process for nomenclature change from Dapla to Nishi, mooted during that period, was carried forward by the All Nishi Students' Union and the Nishi Youth Society. The journey has begun, a journey towards building a new, vibrant Nishi society. Time has come for us to indulge in some introspection so as to set a great Nishi society. Our youths must build up their capacity. Our students must do justice to their studies, and our leaders must provide competent and efficient leadership. We must have a ready pool of qualified manpower, and the foundations of our younger generation must be based on quality as well as strong character. On this historic day of 19th April 2008, let us once again take solemn pledge to come together to build, nurture, and forge a strong and united Nishi society. Long live Nishi!
Ladies and gentlemen, Nishi is the single largest tribe of Arunachal Pradesh, inhabiting in the districts of East Kamen, Papumpare, Lower Subansiri, Kurongkome, Upper Subansiri, and at various pockets of Arunachal Pradesh and the neighboring state of Assam. As per the 2001 census, comprises of 77,000, which is 25% of the total population of the state of Arunachal Pradesh. The Nishis are not only invisible, but they jealously guard their language, rich culture and traditions, and such other legacies of which some glimpses you will witness today in form of Regampara, Buya, Ropi, etc. Nearly celebrate traditional festivals like Nyokomulo, Buriyulo, Lungtayulo, and Buribut, among many others. We who call ourselves Nishis are the descendants of Atunia, the great-grandson of Abotani. As known to us, Atunia had 10 sons. They were Harin, Hato, Halo, Haring, Hain, Harjo, Haji, Hai, Harung, and Hari. Out of these 10 sons of Atunia, Harin had 4 sons, namely Achi Dodum, Pai Dodum, and Parodol, and Anyahari. The descendants of these 4 sons of Atunia consider themselves as descendants of a single great forefather Atunia and call themselves
of the most popular traditional dance form of the Nishis, Rikampada. About 2,000 dancers who came from 5 different districts. This was the perfect example of unity in diversity. Differences in costume and expression didn't matter at all. There was perfect harmony and coordination.
बांधते हैं वे हैं इनके गले में लटकती हुई
This occasion has brought all of us together today. The celebration of Nyishi Day is not only a proud event for us, which is an important milestone in the history of the Nyishi community. I would like to mention that in the past, some reports were made for 10th of Dabla and its sub-tribe Hillsbury to Nyishi tribe. But at the time, sentiment of the Hillsbury were little heard, and they had the feeling that they had not been taken into private confidence. But now, with the sincere reports of the present public representatives, we have been able to remove their doubts and honor their sentiments, because originally we were known as Nishis. Now also, I declare that I am Nishi and we all are Nishis. आज हमारा प्रदेश के अंदर में बहुत बड़ा दिन है और बहुत खुशी का दिन है। पिछले 50 साल से ये जो मांग था वो नहीं हुआ। इस बार जो हुआ है इसके लिए मैं जो हमारा निशी समाज, माता पिता है, भाई बहन, आप सबको मैं शुभकामनाएं और बहुत बहुत बधाई देना चाहता हूँ। ये तबला से निशी जो नॉमिनेशन चेंज हुआ है इसके लिए मैं पूरे प्रदेश की ओर से और पूरे निशी समाज की ओर से हमारे मैडम सोनिया जी को और भारत के प्रधानमंत्री प्राइम मिनिस्टर जी को उनको मैं बहुत बहुत बधाई और धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूँ। आप सबका सहयोग से मैडम सोनिया जी का, माननीय भारत का प्रधानमंत्री डॉक्टर मनमोहन सिंह के आशीर्वाद से हो पाया है। और इसके साथ साथ हमारा जो लोकसभा के दोनों एमपी, राज्यसभा का एमपी और पूरा जो निशी के ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर्स है, एमएलए, निशी एलाइट सोसाइटी, स्टेट यूनियन निशी से वो सब मिलकर एक टीम वर्क में काम किया है। मैं उन सबको भी मैं धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूँ। मुझे आशा है हम इस अरुणाचल प्रदेश के अंदर में निशी जाट जो है सबसे ज्यादा पॉपुलेशन है और बड़ा एक कम्युनिटी होने के नाते, और आप लोग को दिल भी बहुत बड़ा होना चाहिए कि मुझे पूरे निशी समाज का, माता पिता, भाई बहन, एलाइट, स्टेट यूनियन, ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर्स, एमएलए, इंजीनियर सबका सहयोग मिला है। और मुझे आशा है कि आगे जाकर भी इस तरह से आशीर्वाद मिलेगी। और मुझे आशा है कि आने वाला साल हमेशा जितना हमारा निशी भाई समाज लोग एकजुट होकर बैठेंगे और इसी तरह से माँ को इकट्ठा फेस्टिवल करेंगे।
The prominent singers of the community thrilled the crowd with yet another composition.
हम लोग नहीं चला हम लोग को दिया ही नहीं।
Sri P.R. Kindia handed over the notification of Government of India on the amendment of nomenclature from Dafla to Nyishi to the Chief Secretary of Arunachal Pradesh, Sri Nabam.
भारत सरकार वालों के जिले का नस्ल सर्टिफिकेट पहला है मुल्क अखलाक मान से काम पूरा तरफ का लिया अपन पर
The new scheduled tribe certificates were issued to a few prominent people of the Nyishi community to mark the day as the beginning of a new history.
I would like to express my joy and immense happiness to join in this celebration of this Nyishi Day. It's a great day. It is a day that has such a significance, which reflects the hearts and minds of the great people of Arunachal Pradesh. On this day, I can say this, that the Government of India has always responded positively to the feelings and aspirations of the people of Arunachal Pradesh. You must recognize that your state is a strategic state. It's a sensitive state. But at the same time, the people of Arunachal Pradesh have shown tremendous courage. When any eventuality which is a challenge to the pride and patriotism of the people of this state. I congratulate the people of Arunachal Pradesh for having shown these qualities from time to time whenever there is a challenge to the pride and feeling of these great people.
The most entertaining part of the celebration, the cultural display by cultural troops from different parts of Nyishi belt. Nubu Panam by Rachi cultural troupe Sagali.
Has won the battle and they are celebrating now. They actually took revenge because they took revenge on the earlier attack on them. So they, after taking the revenge, they have gone back to their place and they are celebrating there.
Dulia dance by Charduar Cultural Troupe Assam. Nyop Panam by Ganga Village Cultural Troupe Itanagar. Tu or Bangru Pajuk by Surly Cultural Troupe. Rockpe Penam by Sepa Cultural Troupe.
Sapag Rockpe Penam.
For gracing this historic Nyishi Day celebration. Sir, your presence in the midst of all of us on this memorable day is another blessing thanks to our community. I also extend profound thanks to Sri Dorji Kandu, Honorable Chief Minister, Government of Arunachal Pradesh, for having graced this historic Nyishi Day celebration as the guest of honor. The entire community is the witness that from the time or day you took over the leadership of the state, you have been personally and emotionally involved in the issue. I also extend profound thanks to our three dynamic representatives of our state who are efficiently representing and making the voice of this small state heard a disaster. I would like to mention their names in letters and words. Sri Nabam Media Honorable MP Rajya Sabha, Sri Kiran Rijiju, Honorable MP Lok Sabha, and Sri Tartib Rao, Honorable MP Lok Sabha. Long live Nyishi. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Sri P.R. Kindia, after gracing the historic occasion, departs for New Delhi, taking along a sweet memory of the eventful day. Surely he must be a proud man for being part of this great achievement by the Nyishi community. A colorful cultural extravaganza was organized at the Indira Gandhi Park in the evening. It started with a spectacular light show of burning down of the word Dafla amidst cheering crowd, symbolizing the end of Dafla, impression on the Nyishi community and restoration of its original name Nyishi. Celebration of this magnitude and spirit never occurred in the history and will never happen again in future. The chief guest of the evening, Sri D.R. Mukherjee, Secretary Tribal Affairs, Government of India, Guest of Honor, Sri K.C. Beliappa, Vice Chancellor of Rajiv Gandhi University, to share the joy of the community. The evening reverberated again with a tuneful chorus by prominent artists like Bengia Hemanto, Bengia Tap, Tana Taram, Bijnoo Nabam, Taba Yel Nabam, Bamang Loram, Baby Ado Loram, etc. Taba Yel Nabam presented her most popular number, Soli Ge Alesi. Music, dance, merrymaking picks up momentum and goes on almost till midnight. Local artists presented a short enactment on changes in the matrimonial system in the Nyishi community. In ancient times, a man used to marry 10 wives or even more than that. Later, it came down to 7. Then at present 2 or just 1. Sri K.C. Beliappa, Vice Chancellor of Rajiv Gandhi University, expressed his joy to be a part of the celebration.
लेकिन आज हम सब देखा दफला को दफन कर दिया, वो गया। आज से हम पूरा निशी है और मैं आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ, आप राजीव गांधी यूनिवर्सिटी का बेलियाप्पा को ऑनरेरी निशी बना दीजिए।
So glad that
Sri J.B. Mukherjee, Secretary Tribal Affairs, Government of India, also expressed his happiness in sharing the joy of the Nyishi community.
Nyishi is a proud race, proud people, and with this pride comes a lot of responsibility, and we are sure that from all onwards you will be able to prosper with this emotional attitude which you have as Nyishi. So may I wish all my Nyishi friends a great, prosperous future. So glad to be here today, be able to say so. I also wish Arunachal a great prosperity. Thank you.
Nyishi community of Arunachal Pradesh has achieved what it wanted. The alien name that had been haunting them for many centuries has been casted away by the united efforts of the community. Definitely for them it's a matter of joy and pride. But now what's more important than celebration is their future. The Nyishis now need to indulge in some introspection. They need to reorganize, enhance their competency, and strengthen their character. Then only they can carry their society forward and reach their milestones. As tiger rules the dense forest and crocodile does in the deep water, the great Nyishis jealously guard and protect their land and rivers. Nyishis, you are the strength for the people of Arunachal Pradesh. Lead them to the kingdom of peace and prosperity. and show to the world that you are the true sons of great Atunya.